Good morning. Devotional thought as you carry on your way. The last verse of Psalm 33, verse 22. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you. This comes at the end of a psalm that has much to say about the power of God, God's mighty control over this world. It begins with a call to shout for joy to the Lord, give praise to God, to thank Him, speaking first of His power in creation, His dominance over nature. And then in verse 10, it moves especially to God's might over the world of mankind, that God is able to frustrate the plans of nations and peoples, that God looks down and He sees the children of man. He is the one to whom we can look, whereas verse 16, the king is not saved by his great army, a warrior is not delivered by his great strength. We should not depend on worldly things, but on the power of God, because by contrast, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, and he delivers them. And so it ends here in verse 20, urging people to look to God for deliverance. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart is glad in him because we trust in his holy name. Those who trust in God Almighty have a strength and a joy that the world cannot supply. Excuse me. And finally, verse 22, let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you. So there is a mutual, a prayer and an encouragement for God's people that we should look to the Lord and trust in him and call upon him. And it is grounded in this claim that God has steadfast love, that God's love does not fail, that God's love is immense, God is full of compassion, and that in our uh, weakness, when we are burdened, when we are tempted, in failure and in danger, in whatever case we find ourselves, we can take refuge in the love of God. He is strong to save, He is gracious and kind. And so today, in whatever you are facing, I hope that you can take this word of encouragement to heart, that you can turn your eyes to the Lord and pray to him. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you.